128, Hine Matov, we celebrate being together. Shabbat Shalom. I am Cantor Amanda Kleinman, so happy to be joined in the leadership of tonight's service by Rabbi Leah Citrin, by our rabbinic intern, Micah Glickman, and by these wonderful musicians, Idan Santos on flute, Jerome Morris on percussion, and our pianist and conductor, Pete Malinverney. We have come to the close of a very significant 2 weeks in the Jewish tradition. Just this past weekend, we commemorated Yom HaShoah, our Holocaust Remembrance Day observance. And over the past week, we commemorated first Yom HaZikaron, Israel's Memorial Day, and then Yom HaAtzmaut. We celebrated Israel's Independence Day. It's a reminder that it is our custom in the Jewish tradition, even when we are commemorating and remembering our people's most difficult experiences, always to finish in a place of hope. It's a reminder that in Judaism, hope isn't just a feeling, hope is an imperative for us. And there is a lot this Shabbat in this sanctuary that gives us hope. First, our fifth graders, because tonight is a lab Shabbat highlighting our fifth graders who are going to help to lead a part of our service a little bit later on this evening. And of course, it also gives us hope to see young people in our community who will soon be celebrating B'nai Mitzvah this Shabbat at WRT. Kobe Tesler and Dana Green will be becoming B'nai Mitzvah on our Bima. Kobe tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. and Dana tomorrow at 1 p.m. And we're so pleased that Dana and her family have joined us this evening for our service, and we'd love to invite them to come forward and to help us kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, ha'asher v'likshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu ha'likner shel Shabbat.
Amen. And as we celebrate the accomplishment of this young person and wish Mazel Tov to Dana, we also want to celebrate all of the young people in our room tonight. And so if you're here with a young person today, I'd invite you to put your arms around them. And on Shabbat, we take an opportunity to bless our children. You'll find the words of our parents' prayer on the screen. here with you beside me. I feel so greatly blessed. This moment means much more than I can say. A time to be together, a time for us to rest. Shabbat is here, the time has come to celebrate the day. So I hold you close, my hands upon your head. And from me to you, my child, these words are said. Yesimcha Elohim, Ke'Ephraim v'Chimnasher. May God give you life and strength like Joseph's sons. Yesivech Elohim, Kesara Rivka, Rachel veLeah. May God make you like our mothers, like our blessed ones.
We turn to the words of Lecha Dodi that joyfully welcome Shabbat as if Shabbat were a bride, our beloved. We celebrate the special relationship that we, the Jewish people, have with this day of rest, this day of reflection. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and at the final verse, we'll rise together and turn to face the door as we usher in Shabbat as our beloved. Page 138.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nekavela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nekavela. Shamor וזכור בדיבורך, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני
our call to worship the Baruch Hu, page 146.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Dark, roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. 152.
Please be seated as we turn to page 154 for the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. I'd love to invite any friends with us this evening who are in kindergarten, first, or second grade to come forward. We need your help doing the hand motions for Vichy, non-Tom, kindergarten, first, and second graders. Can you come to the front? Yeah, I got a friend coming to help you, okay? Yeah, 2 friends coming to help you. All right. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ודיברת בם, ודיברת בם, 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 ברם, בם, בם. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ודיברת בם, ודיברת בם, 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 ברם, בם, בם. בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך ודיברת בם, ברם, בם, בם. בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך ודיברת בם, ברם, בם, בם. ים, ברם, בם, בם. ים, ברם, בם, בם. ודיברת בם, ברם, בם, בם. ים, ברם, בם, בם. ים, ברם, bum, bum, ודיברת bum, ברם, bum, bum. We wish Yasher Koach to our friends in kindergarten, first and second grade. Special Yasher Koach to those friends who had to do the whole thing with one arm. Let's continue the Ve'ahavta together, the bottom of page 154. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
So before we continue with the Micha Mocha on page 158, I've got a question for all the 5th graders in the room, so pay attention. What does Parashat HaShavua mean? Yes? Excellent, nicely done. Torah portion of the week. So 5th grade, each week, each Shavua, I have had the privilege of learning the Parsha with you. I have been moved by your insightful interpretations and challenged by your thoughtful questions. And I'm sorry to say that the JLL school year is almost nearing its end. Now, the plural of Shavua is week, is Shavuot, which means weeks. But it is also the name of a very important holiday. Each year on Shavuot, we celebrate the moment that we received the Torah. And traditionally, we are so excited for this holiday that we literally count the days until it happens. And this counting is called the Omer. As we come closer to finishing this school year, I imagine that some of you are counting how many days we have left. And that's okay. In fact, it's pretty Jewish. But like the Omer, may the end of this year of study mark the beginning of a new one. I also want to use this time to share how proud I am of what you have accomplished. There will always be more to learn, but tonight we are marking the amazing effort that you have all displayed. The learning that you have done week after week, parsha after parsha, is truly worthy of celebration. Our tradition teaches that 49 days prior to receiving the Torah, our ancestors, the ancient Israelites, rejoiced at the thought of its promise. Finally, they were free to learn. So tonight, in celebration of the fifth graders, may we sing this ancient song of joy and bestow upon them the blessing of a long life of learning. We continue with Mi Chamocha on page 158.
יפד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
I invite you now to turn your eyes to the screen as we recite the Hashkivenu, a prayer of peace and a prayer of blessing.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Amen.
As we turn to the Amidah, our central standing prayers, I invite forward our fifth graders who will introduce the Avot V'Imahot before they lead us in chanting it.
It's not here, so wait, it's good too. Charlottesburg. Who's Charlottesburg? Here, okay. All right.
As fifth graders, we know that we will soon be moving from elementary school to middle school. At the JLL, we will move from Sundays to Wednesdays, and we'll begin focusing more on what it means to become a B'nai Mitzvah. As we think back on this year, we realize we have learned so much. We learned Parashat HaShavua, many prayers and Hebrew letters, and a lot of new things we did not know before. We learned to be nicer and to respect others, and really just so much. We learned how conversations works about Jewish marriage and bar and bat mitzvah, and death and mourning. By learning about these Jewish life cycles, we learn more about our Jewish tradition, how people do things at different stages in life. It opened our knowledge of things we did not know before, and now we can understand Jewish events that have happened or will happen in our life. It is important to learn about Jewish life cycles because we learn about how our ancestors lived and how we are going to live. We get to learn the backstory of our ancestors during those whose names we recite in the Avot V'Imahot.
We can also connect to those who will come after us, and so we have some advice for the kindergartners as we get ready to graduate from elementary school. 1. Being Jewish is fun, and there's a lot of fun stuff coming your way. 2. Be excited to learn new things. 3. A dream is not always a dream if you put your heart into it. 4. Be ready. You never know what's going to happen. I got sent to the principal's office for eating lettuce. 5. Be a good student. Pay attention. Always do your homework. And don't talk too much with certain teachers. 6. Be truthful and honest, and it's perfectly fine to ask questions. 7. Most of the time, you won't get anything right the first time, but enjoy everything and learn from your mistakes.
Wow, this mic's heavy.
In a moment, we will rise together to chant the Avot V'Imahot. I think I said that right. This is a prayer that connects us to our ancestors and reminds us why it is important to us that we are Jewish. All of us fifth graders had a chance to write why being Jewish is important to us, and we want to end by sharing some of those reasons. Being Jewish is important to me because my religion, and it's my religion and it's who I am. It's who I am. I came from. Being Jewish is my culture, and it's my family, and I can't imagine not being Jewish. Being Jewish is important to me because it gives me a chance to pray, learn new stories, and be part of who I am. Being Jewish is important to me because it connects me to other Jewish families, and it is cool to know that my family has been Jewish for many generations. Please rise and join us in chanting the Avot V'Imahot on page 166.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ve'Hanora El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Wish Yasher Koach to our fifth graders, and we'll invite the congregation to continue with the Givurot on page 168. Ata gibor leolam Adonai, mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia, morid hatal, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim bechol yom yalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We continue now with Tfilat Halev, the silent prayers of our hearts. You may use the words in our prayer books or whatever words may be upon your lips in this moment. You may remain standing or be seated as you have finished.
Please be seated. So tonight we will be chanting from the book of Leviticus, the Parsha, the Torah portion that is the double Torah portion, in fact, that's called Tazria Mitzorah, known by many as the dreaded Torah portion. This is the Torah portion all about skin diseases, or some might say leprosy. Did anyone have this Torah portion for their own B'nai Mitzvah service? Yep, oh yeah, you never forget if this is your Torah portion. So this is a Torah portion that talks about different skin conditions and how those were treated during biblical times. What was required, what kind of isolation was required from different skin conditions. But what you may not know, and what you'll hear a little bit about from Rabbi Citrin a little bit later, is that in fact, while this Torah portion is, for some, the dreaded Torah portion to receive for a B'nai Mitzvah service, there's actually a lot of symbolism that our rabbis and that our sages have made from this Torah portion, and a lot of very meaningful interpretations of these words. And you'll hear one of those interpretations from Rabbi Citrin a little bit later on in our service. And for the Aliyah to the Torah tonight, we'd like to invite forward our host families for this week's Lab Shabbat. So if the Parrots and the Bluth Pollock families can come forward, we would love for you to come and recite our Torah blessings. Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natam lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Uvasar ki yevo ve'oro shechin v'nirpa ve'haya bimkom hashechin seid levana uvaheret levana damdamet v'nir'a el hakohen v'ra'a hakohen ve'hinei mareha shafal min ha'or u'se'ara hafach lavan V'timo hakohen negat sarati b'shechin paracha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan v'edoneinu. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. And we're grateful to our host families for Lab Shabbat for helping to organize this wonderful event and opportunity to bring our fifth grade families together. Yasher Koach. And with our Torah scroll out, this book that has been such a source of strength to our people throughout the ages, we pause to think of all of those in our community and in our world who are in need of healing, all of those who might find strength in the knowledge that this community is keeping them in our prayers. And so if there's anyone you're thinking of tonight who is in need of healing, I would invite you to please rise and to recite their name at this time. We add as well the names of Chaika B'chana Bat Sora Fagel, Dr. Leonard Vinnick, Victor and Susan Shedlin, Jeffrey Millman, Freddie Finkelstein, Bruria Bat Ruth, Gerald Friedman, Alexandra Richmond, Ruth Vickers, Miriam Friedman, Goldie Gitlin, Herschel Levine, Elisheva bat Rivka Miriam, Judy Balsam, Joshua Goldsmith, Kenneth Rowan, Lauren Charandi, Bob DeBonis, Naomi bat Esther, Emerson Lorenzoni, Jake Cohen, David Wolf, Gadi Elon Ben Pesia, Lorenzo Ben Leah, and Colonel Raphael Jackson. We continue now with the recitation of the Mishaberach. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
As Cantor Kleiman already shared with us, we have what some refer to as the dreaded Torah portion in this week's Tazria Mitzorah, but I'm going to offer a slightly different take that starts with a story. And this is a story about two men and a chimney. There was a man who went to his rabbi and said, "Rabbi, all my life I've heard so much about the Talmud. I would like to learn the Talmud. Can you teach me Talmud?" The rabbi looked at the man carefully and she said, "Well, you know, Talmud is not just an ordinary kind of study. It's very different from anything you've ever been exposed to, and it takes a certain kind of mind. So I need to ask you a few questions first to determine if you really have that right mind to be able to study the Talmud." Okay. What else was the man going to do? He wanted Talmud. So the rabbi, she looked at him and said, "There are two men, and they come down a chimney. One comes out clean, and one comes out dirty. Which man will wash himself?" "Okay, well, obviously," the man says, "it's the dirty man who will wash himself." Not quite," said the rabbi. "You see, the two men would look at each other, and the dirty man would see the clean man and think that he too is clean, and the clean man would see the dirty man and think that he too was dirty. So it's actually the clean man who would wash his face." "Okay, I understand, I think, where you're going," says the man. "All right," the rabbi says, "here's another one. Two men come down the chimney, and one comes out clean, and one comes out dirty. Which man washes himself?" "Rabbi, I think you just told me the answer, right? The clean one is going to wash himself because he sees the dirty one and thinks that he too is dirty." "Ah," said the rabbi, "not quite." The man was a little puzzled on that one. "Let me explain," said the rabbi. "You see, they both move to the mirror at the wash bin when they go to wash themselves, and in the mirror, they see the dirty man sees that he is dirty, and the clean man sees that he is clean. So actually, it is the dirty man who will wash himself." "Okay. All right," Rabbi said, "I have one more. Two men come down the chimney. One man is clean, and one man is dirty. So which one washes himself?" The man looked at the rabbi. "I really don't know how to answer you. Because first I said that it was the dirty man, and then it was the clean, and you said it was the opposite, and so I'm really confused, and I have no idea what the answer to your question is." The rabbi looked at him and said, "I'm not sure you have the right kind of mind for Talmud. You see, the answer you should have given me was, how is it that two men came down the same chimney and one came out clean and one came out dirty?" In this story, we learn a little bit about the Talmud, the way that it teaches us, the way that we as Jews are intended to learn. We consider multiple perspectives. We ask a lot of questions. And when we label something, for example, tzara'at in this week's Torah portion, if we just accept tzara'at is tzara'at, maybe it's leprosy, maybe it's a skin disease, maybe it's medical, maybe it's spiritual. The rabbis have all of these interpretations. But if we stop and we just say, okay, tzara'at, that's gross, I don't want to learn anything else about it, we really miss the fullness of what our tradition has to teach us. So tonight I offer that this Torah portion, that happens, by the way, to be one of my favorites, but is often very much dreaded, is less about a specific skin disease and how one may either get it or cure it, but rather it's a charge for us to think about our behavior and how does our behavior have consequences. And we continue to ask these questions because, after all, that is what our tradition teaches. Shabbat Shalom. We rise as we now dress the Torah and return it to the ark. In a week where we marked Yom HaZikaron, Memorial Day in Israel, we are keenly aware of the many people who were once among the living, but who are no longer. We turn to the words of our Kaddish, and we offer them tonight not just in honor and in memory of our own loved ones, but in honor and memory of all those who have fallen defending the state of Israel and in acts of terror around the world. As a congregation, this evening, we mourn the recent deaths of Jeffrey Stein, father of John Stein and Sarah Richmond, and husband of Diane Schaefer, Sonia Rothberg, mother of Jeff Rothberg, Sandra Curtis, mother of Keith Curtis, Susanna Balkin, wife of Jonathan Balkin and mother of Andrew and Ryan Balkin, Robert Wisen, cousin of Marjorie Miller, Thomas Moore, grandfather of Andrew Yanchishin, Janice Myrna Weissman, mother of Carol Wolf, Sheldon Richard Lefkowitz, father of Steve Lefkowitz. And we mark on this Shabbat the anniversary of death of Faye Berman, Arthur Belfer, Morris Beller, Conchetta Capiobanca, Benjamin Chekanow, Jack Cohen, Betty Citron, Gertrude DeLugach, Anita Diamond, Bessie Eisert, Maurice Friedman, Eleanor Gardner, Joshua Gandel, Elsa Glucksberg, Yetta Goldberg, Alice P. Goldsmith, Vivian Goldsmith, Dorothy Goldstein, Samuel David Goller, Michael Greenberg, Shirley Greenfield, Suki Jacobs, David Jaffe, Enrique Yajan, Emmanuel L. Capel, Lillian Kerner, Martin Krebs, Lily Lieberman, Ralph Lupin, Milton Munitz, Ann R. Miller, Sidney G. Rosenthal, Maxine Myers, Anita Newman, Harry Shapiro, Ruth Shapiro, Ethel Schmerler, Donald Simon, Irving Simon, Larry Simon, Miriam Abramson Spitalny, Bernard Chorney, Sylvia Weberman, Alexander Wexler, Samuel Werber, Melvin Weisenthal. And we'll rise as we get ready to offer these words in a particular way. If you are in a period of mourning, either the first week, month, year of mourning, I invite you to rise, that we might acknowledge you as a community. If you are marking a yard site this Shabbat, remembering a loved one, I invite you to rise. And we rise together with you as one community in comfort and in empathy as we recite the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'l'olmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha barechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen.
You may be seated, and I invite forward the president of our congregation for only a little longer, Warren Haber, to offer some announcements.
Thank you all for joining us this evening. I'd like to thank our greeter, Mike Rahimi. As you probably know, we have two wonderful bar mitzvahs this weekend. Kobe Tessler, I'd like to say a hearty mazel tov to Kobe and the whole Tessler family, as well as Dana Green and the Green family. We have Sharon Shabbat tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in the CJL, Torah study at 9 a.m. in person here or via Zoom. Rabbi Blake's weekly Torah session is at 10:15 on Thursday, May 8th, via Zoom. And if you haven't yet purchased your tickets, this Thursday, May 8th, we have our 2025 annual spring celebration. Please join us. Shabbat Shalom.
As we turn to the words of Kiddush and Motzi to conclude our service, I'm going to invite our fifth graders back up on the bima to help. And I'm going to invite the congregation to please rise.
Is there food at the end of this that we were asked? Yes, there is. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. All right. All right. Now hold that for us. Hold it up high. Everyone can see it. All right. Not yet. We got to say the blessing first. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, you have to do it. It's official.